New York City is filled with historic buildings, many of which have dark pasts and eerie legends associated with them. Some of the most famous haunted locations in the city are hotels, each with their own stories of strange occurrences and ghostly encounters. These hotels, embedded in the city's bustling and vibrant streets, offer more than just a place to stay. They often carry a chilling history that continues to haunt the halls. As night falls, the energy in some of these grand hotels seems to change, with visitors reporting spine-chilling sensations, unexplained noises, and even spectral apparitions. Deep within the heart of New York, some hotels are said to be home to lingering souls from a bygone era, spirits who refuse to move on, or the tragic victims of untimely deaths. These ghostly figures seem intertwined with the very foundations of the buildings, as though the energy of the past is seared into the walls. Now we will visit the some most haunted hotels of New York. Number 1. Belhurst Castle. Belhurst Castle, located on the serene shores of Seneca Lake and the Finger Lakes region of New York, is not only known for its stunning architecture and picturesque views, but also for its reputation as one of the most haunted hotels in the state. The castle, which was built in the late 1800s, carries with it a long and mysterious history, full of legends, tragic love stories, and eerie encounters that have fueled tales of paranormal activity for decades. The most famous legend surrounding Belhurst Castle involves a beautiful woman named Isabella, whose spirit is said to haunt the property. According to the tale, Isabella was a Spanish opera singer who fled to America with her lover to escape an oppressive life in Spain. They found refuge at Belhurst Castle, then an underground winery and safe house. However, their love story ended in tragedy. Fearing capture by her enemies, Isabella and her lover attempted to flee through a secret tunnel beneath the castle. During their escape, the tunnel collapsed, killing them both. To this day, many believe Isabella's restless spirit remains at Belhurst, wandering the halls in search of her lost love. Guests and staff have reported numerous sightings of a ghostly woman, thought to be Isabella, dressed in white, floating through the hotel's halls and appearing near the lake's edge. Some have even heard the faint sound of her singing in the night. Her presence is often accompanied by sudden cold spots, flickering lights, and an overwhelming feeling of sadness. But Isabella is not the only ghost said to inhabit the castle. Another tale tells of a woman who tragically died after slipping on the castle's grand staircase. Guests staying at the castle have claimed to hear the sound of someone falling, followed by eerie footsteps echoing through the corridors, even when no one else is around. Others have described hearing soft cries or moaning late at night, adding to the chilling atmosphere. In addition to these ghostly apparitions, objects in the castle are said to move on their own. Chairs mysteriously shift position, doors creak open by themselves, and lights flicker without explanation. Despite its haunted reputation, Belhurst Castle is a popular destination for those fascinated by the paranormal. Visitors come not only to enjoy the luxury of the castle and its scenic surroundings, but also in the hopes of experiencing the supernatural for themselves. Number 2. The Naples Hotel. The Naples Hotel, located in the small village of Naples in New York's Finger Lakes region, is one of the area's oldest and most haunted hotels. Built in 1895, the hotel has a rich history that includes hosting traveling performers, stagecoaches, and businessmen during its heyday. Over the years, it has gained a reputation not only for its charming Victorian architecture and cozy ambience, but also for its numerous ghostly encounters and eerie tales that have attracted paranormal investigators and curious visitors alike. The most famous ghost said to haunt the Naples Hotel is that of a young woman named Alice, who is believed to have been a resident during the early 1900s. According to local legend, Alice was a beautiful woman with a tragic past. She fell in love with a traveling musician who frequently performed at the hotel. Their love affair, however, was fraught with turmoil, and after being left heartbroken by her lover, Alice is said to have taken her own life in one of the upstairs rooms. Her spirit is said to linger in the hotel, especially in room 11, where guests have reported a variety of strange phenomena. Another famous spirit at the Naples Hotel is that of a mischievous little boy. Guests and staff have frequently reported playful, inexplicable occurrences, such as objects being moved or misplaced, lights turning on and off, and doors opening by themselves. Many believe these pranks are the work of the child's ghost. He seems to enjoy playing tricks on visitors, but his presence is more mischievous than malevolent. Some guests have even heard the sound of a child's laughter in the empty hallways, especially in the evenings when the hotel is quiet. One particularly eerie tale involves a ghostly woman in a red dress who is often seen near the hotel staircase. Some believe she was a former guest who met a tragic fate after falling down the stairs. Visitors have reported seeing her apparition lingering near the staircase late at night, and some claim to hear the faint sound of her heels tapping on the wooden steps. She is often described as appearing briefly before disappearing into thin air, leaving behind a sense of unease. The hotel's charm, history, and ghostly inhabitants have made it a popular destination for paranormal enthusiasts. Whether guests believe in ghosts or not, many leave with stories of strange, unexplainable experiences, making the Naples Hotel a legendary stop for those interested in haunted destinations. Number 3. Hotel Utica. Located in the heart of Utica, New York, has long been known for its grandeur and historical significance. However, beneath its elegant appearance and rich history lies a darker reputation. It is considered one of the most haunted hotels in the region. Built in 1912, the hotel was once a symbol of luxury and sophistication, hosting famous guests like President Franklin D. Roosevelt and Judy Garland. Over the years, however, Hotel Utica has also become famous for its ghostly residents and eerie encounters that continue to attract paranormal enthusiasts from all over. One of the most common paranormal experiences reported at Hotel Utica is the sound of footsteps echoing through the hallways when no one else is around. Guests have also reported hearing strange whispers, cries, and even conversations in empty rooms. The elevators are known to operate on their own, moving between floors without being called. In some cases, visitors have even seen the shadowy figures of former guests or staff members wandering the halls, only to disappear when approached. The most famous spirit believed to haunt the hotel is that of a former guest who tragically took their own life many years ago. This ghost is often spotted on the upper floors, particularly in one of the old guest rooms, where the incident is said to have occurred. Many guests have reported feeling an intense sadness or unease when entering the room, and some have even seen the ghostly figure of a man standing by the window, staring out into the night. Another well-known tale involves the ghost of a little girl who is said to haunt the hotel's lower floors. Guests have reported hearing the sound of a child laughing or playing, despite no children being present. Some have even seen the ghostly image of a young girl in a white dress running through the lobby or down the stairs. She is often described as friendly and playful, though her sudden appearances have startled many visitors. The hotel's ballroom is another hotspot for paranormal activity. Once the site of grand parties and events, the ballroom is now often eerily quiet. However, some guests have reported hearing the faint sound of music or laughter coming from the empty room. Others have seen shadowy figures dancing as if the parties never truly ended. Despite its haunted reputation, Hotel Utica remains a popular destination for both history lovers and ghost enthusiasts. The building itself has been beautifully restored, with much of its original architecture and decor preserved, giving visitors a glimpse into the hotel's glamorous past. However, for those who are brave enough to spend a night, the possibility of encountering one of its ghostly residents adds an extra layer of intrigue and excitement. Whether or not the stories are true, Hotel Utica's combination of elegance and mystery continues to captivate guests. It stands as a place where history and the paranormal seem to coexist, making it one of the most haunted hotels in New York and a must-visit for anyone fascinated by the supernatural. Number 4. The Sagamore Resort. The Sagamore Resort, nestled on the serene shores of Lake George in New York, is a stunning luxury resort with over a century of rich history. Originally built in 1883, the resort has long been a vacation destination for the wealthy, offering breathtaking views, lush surroundings, and upscale accommodations. However, beneath its picturesque beauty lies a darker, more eerie reputation that has earned it a place among the most haunted hotels in the state. The Sagamore's long history is filled with ghostly encounters, tragic tales, and paranormal activity that continues to intrigue guests and ghost hunters alike. One of the most famous ghostly figures at the Sagamore is that of a young boy believed to have drowned near the hotel many years ago. Legend has it that the boy had been playing golf on the hotel's course when he ran after his ball, accidentally falling into the lake. His spirit is said to still wander the golf course, particularly around the 18th hole, where golfers have reported seeing the figure of a boy dressed in early 20th century clothing. He is often seen running across the course, chasing after golf balls, only to vanish without a trace. Many golfers and staff members have also reported hearing the sound of a child's laughter or seeing golf balls mysteriously move on their own. Another ghost frequently spotted at the Sagamore is that of a woman in Victorian-era clothing, often seen in the hotel's hallways or on the staircase leading to the upper floors. Guests and staff have reported sudden cold spots, a feeling of being watched, and even seeing the spectral figure of this woman walking through the corridors. Her identity remains unknown, but many believe she may have been a guest from the resort's early days who met a tragic end and now roams the halls. Some describe her as peaceful and graceful, while others have been startled by her sudden appearances in mirrors or doorways. The resort's dining room is another hot spot for paranormal activity. Guests and employees have reported seeing figures seated at tables, only to disappear when approached. These ghostly diners are often described as wearing old-fashioned clothing, as if they are trapped in a time long past. The dining room is also known for strange noises, such as the clinking of dishes and glasses, even when the room is empty. Some have even claimed to see shadowy figures standing by the windows, gazing out at the lake. One of the creepiest tales surrounding the Sagamore involves a former guest who committed suicide at the hotel many decades ago. This spirit is said to haunt one of the guest rooms on the upper floors, where strange occurrences like flickering lights, unexplained cold drafts, and the feeling of being touched have been reported. Some guests have awoken in the middle of the night to find a shadowy figure standing at the foot of their bed, only to disappear moments later. The room has gained a notorious reputation, with many visitors specifically requesting not to stay in it. Despite its reputation as one of the most haunted hotels in New York, the Sagamore Resort continues to attract guests from all over the world, offering both luxury and a chance to experience the paranormal. For those fascinated by ghost stories, the resort's rich history and eerie tales provide an added layer of excitement. Whether it's the ghostly boy on the golf course, the Victorian lady in the halls, or the spectral caretaker in the basement, the Sagamore remains a place where the line between the living and the dead seems to blur, making it a must-visit for thrill seekers and history lovers alike. Number 5. Red Coach Inn. The Red Coach Inn, located just a few hundred yards from the magnificent Niagara Falls in New York, is known for its charm, English Tudor-style architecture, and historical significance. Built in 1923, it has become a beloved landmark, attracting visitors from all over the world who come to experience its classic beauty and prime location. However, beneath its quaint and inviting exterior, the Red Coach Inn has developed a reputation as one of the most haunted hotels in New York, with chilling ghost stories that have lingered for nearly a century. The hotel's haunting history is rooted in several tragic events that have taken place over the years, many of which have left behind lingering spirits. One of the most famous tales associated with the Red Coach Inn involves a newlywed couple who stayed at the hotel during their honeymoon. According to legend, the bride was tragically murdered in one of the hotel rooms under mysterious circumstances. Since then, many guests who have stayed in that particular room have reported strange occurrences, such as lights flickering on and off, doors opening and closing by themselves, and the sound of disembodied footsteps. Some even claim to have seen the ghostly figure of a woman in a wedding dress wandering the halls late at night, her tragic story forever linked to the hotel. Guests staying at the Red Coach Inn have also reported eerie experiences involving sudden cold spots and a feeling of being watched, particularly in the older parts of the building. Some have described hearing strange voices or whispers coming from empty rooms or feeling an unexplained presence near their beds while they sleep. A sense of unease often grips visitors, especially those who are sensitive to paranormal activity. The hotel's front desk has received numerous reports from guests who have experienced strange happenings during their stay, ranging from objects moving on their own to strange figures appearing in mirrors or windows. Another prominent ghostly figure said to haunt the Red Coach Inn is a former employee of the hotel, who is believed to still watch over the building even in the afterlife. This spirit, often described as an elderly man in old-fashioned clothing, is frequently seen in the hallways or near the kitchen area. Guests and staff alike have reported hearing the sound of footsteps late at night when the hotel is quiet, as well as doors mysteriously locking or unlocking on their own. Some claim to have seen this ghostly figure standing near the entrance to the dining room, only for him to vanish when approached. The dining room itself is another area of the hotel known for paranormal activity. Guests have reported seeing shadowy figures sitting at tables after hours, along with the unexplained sound of silverware clinking or soft voices conversing. Many believe these apparitions are spirits of former patrons who enjoyed the inn's fine dining during its early days and continue to do so in the afterlife. Some visitors have even experienced cold breezes sweeping through the dining area, despite there being no drafts or open windows. Despite its haunted reputation, the Red Coach Inn continues to attract guests who are drawn to both its historic charm and its paranormal intrigue. For those who are brave enough to spend the night, the possibility of encountering a ghostly presence adds an extra layer of excitement to their stay.